the best of Jim Norton and Sam Roberts.
Oh my God. So yes, I saw True Life. I'm a financial dominatrix last night.
Oh, yeah.
And what it is there's this whole culture, and it really exists a lot more than I thought it did.
Yeah.
Because every porn star is able to find these dudes who just get off. Like, what they like to do is just give porn stars money.
Yeah, it's a weird way of feeling worthless and used.
Yeah.
Like, I like to feel that way, but sexually. Like, you know, if a girl makes me feel a certain way, but not with my money. I mean, I'll give money, but not, you know, I don't want that to be the whole thing. Oh, here's my money. Oh, I'm going to come.
Right.
There's got to be something in there.
Half the time they're not being touched. Like, they'll do it over the phone. I've heard girls that say, like, she'll call somebody and say, put money in my account, like PayPal or whatever. And then what they want is for the girl to call them and yell at them saying, I need more money.
Yeah,
put more money in my account.
Whoa.
I was watching this thing on True Life. It's this one Asian guy who's just posing in front of his webcam going, tell me I'm a god. Tell me I'm a god. Now put money in my account. Bow down to me.
Oh, Asian guy?
An Asian guy doing it to other guys. And he made like $400, $500 over the course of 30 seconds.
I would do that too.
Yeah,
I'd love to be a
should have
fin
one
dom.
of those.
I'd love to be a fin dom.
Why would anybody be paying you, though?
Because I'm just, give me a buckaroo. I'd probably say it all wrong. Put some clams in my account. I'd say it all old school.
I want some simoleons.
They're sitting there like trying. This isn't what I.
Yeah, why don't you Bitcoin me? What?
It's way too technical. One girl that I talked to about it said that her favorite thing to do was she had this guy that would go see her, and especially when it rained, she would drive to the nearest ATM, then make the guy run across the street in the rain, get $5,000 out of the ATM because it was the most he could take out, and then just hand it over to her. And that would be it. Like, there wouldn't be sex. It's not like she's paying her for sex. It's
Wait,
like
she'd stay in the car?
she'd stay in the car.
But he's going to get wet.
That's what happened. He got wet.
Should have brought his own umbrella. Guess that's where the Rihanna song should kick in.
No, it shouldn't.
Why? That's
Do
what this show should be.
Do not listen.
I'm going to show you how to do morning radio.
Uh-huh.
But this is what we have to do. Now, you got umbrella? Get that queued up. I'm going to show you how this should have went. Well, she'll go, umbrella, umbrella, and the fucking people, how much they would have loved that music cue.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay, Travis, the T-Dog has it in there. It's in the Tef box, prepared and ready to go.
All right, so, you know, it was all rainy, and, boy, the guy's going to get wet.
That's so
See, it doesn't come in on the umbrella part.
Honestly, this has now become the radio version of Water's World. Like, everybody just stops and the hook of the song kicks in. This is awful.
You don't think it's a good idea?
No, because it's not even like under it. It's just like the hook comes in and everybody just stops talking because they're like, why the fuck did that song just start playing?
Go back to Umbrella the Punch. You got to anticipate. You got to anticipate when I'm in riff mode. All right, here we go. You know, it's what was happening with the Findom?
Well, so there's this woman, especially in the rain, she'd love to do it in the rain, would drive to the ATM. And what happened,
I'm going to
Jim?
throw the iPad.
You going to throw it?
Yep.
Why, you couldn't get your car crashes out?
Nope.
And I got to finish my point?
Yes, you did.
Stupid.
All right, guys, what is it?
And she would make him run across the street in the rain to get money.
Yeah, but if he crosses the street in the rain, is he going to have his, God damn it. No, that's... hey,
all right. Well, I can't.
Pass me. Can you stand under my umbrella? No.
Okay.
Hey, did you forget you? Can you stand under my umbrella?
I don't know the line you're going to stop at.
Hold on a minute.
He did say that part of tefting is to anticipate.
Absolutely. This thing is turning into a teft abortion.
Yeah, he wants you anteftipating everything he's going to say.
Yeah, anteftipate.
Anteftipate in there.
Anteftipate.
That's what the teft box is all about. Anteftipation.
Absolutely.
I made a horrible mistake.
He tefted up.
He did. He tefted the whole thing up.
He certainly did.
All right.
Now, I get it. You want to try again? Up ready. We're going to
Right.
show you how this is done.
This is good. This is a good way to figure this stuff out.
Yeah, on the air. Let the fans see how this fucking works.
Right.
This magic takes work.
Show them how this sausage is made.
That's right.
Absolutely.
It's the teft behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pay no attention.
Right. So you got this Dom She's bringing the guy to the ATM. It's raining outside.
Oh.
She's like, I want you to go across the street to that ATM
He's stupid.
and get me $5,000. And he does it. He runs over in the rain to the ATM, gets the $5,000, gives it back to her. No sex.
What a dick.
Yeah, so yeah.
Was it nice out?
No, I already said
said it was raining.
I told you it was raining.
But if it's raining, I wonder if he had his.
Don't snort over the song.
But you're supposed to. Hold on. He doesn't do it right. You're supposed to anticipate the snort.
Right, the snort's like the button push.
Yeah. And the umbrella kicks in.
Right. Do we need to do it again?
One more quick time.
Okay, so it's like it's raining and the guy has to go to the ATM. You know?
I wonder if he has his. What
See
do you
how I'm
do?
holding my finger up? Say, hang on.
Oh. See how I'm holding my finger up? I'm pointing at the door.
He doesn't want to hear your excuses for not anticipating.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm not paying you to point up in the sky. I know where the Lord is.
Well, that's not what he was pointing at.
Okay. Oh. You ready now? Finally, we rewound for
finally.
half a second.
Yeah, waiting forever.
I'm not starting from the beginning of the song.
Oh, right. We have to start the whole thing
Hold
again.
on
I
a
fucking
second. This
forgot.
is just
Okay,
not working. Hold on.
So the guy
You can take out $5,000 out of an ATM?
Yeah. That's
do
the
th-
max you can take out at this ATM, but the guy did it in the rain.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Well, for what? What? Wait for what?
Okay. Travis's fingers in the air again.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No, it
He
wasn't.
was pointing up in the air.
Checking for wind.
Yeah.
You were looking at your
He
phone.
wet his finger to check for wind, and then Derek put his asshole on it.
Old D-bag is in there. Just trying to see where I fit, boss.
All right, go ahead. What did do it again?
No, Doug was just asking about taking $5,000.
5,000. I didn't know you could take out that much.
You can.
I think my maximum was like 500 in my bank.
But this one, it's $5,000. I don't know what part of the world it was in. I just know that she made him go out while it was raining. You know. So.
Rain is.
So it was. Yeah. No. Rain is.
crazy.
I'm HIV negative, but in my life I'm positive.
Oh, well,
Why are you holding it?
No,
You're
I'm
a
not
fucking
smart.
idiot.
Oh no, Travis is inside pointing where the microphone is.
Jim was holding the ear part of his phone to the microphone. Like you put it on speaker as if well, when I put it on speakerphone, it makes it come out of the earpiece louder. No,
Yes.
it doesn't.
That was a mistake.
There's a speaker in the phone. That's what you hold up to the microphone.
I need to hear it now.
What? You didn't hear it?
Here's the problem.
I wasn't going to do this, but
A lot of negative people in this world, and it gets tough for a lot of people.
I'm HIV negative, but in my life I'm positive. I'm HIV negative, but in my life I'm a positive.
I'm a positive. What was going on in the background? Where were
I was looking for a cab this morning.
you? Were outside of your apartment?
No, I was hoping for a cab to drive through the living room.
You were singing a.
No, I was standing in my living room trying to flag a cab.
What'd you hit just now?
A piece of glass with no sound. It's fucking awful.
Your whole area is just a disaster.
He's
today.
pointing at my crotch.
I don't know what's worse, when it works or when it doesn't work.
It's
I know.
fucking awful.
You sing chip songs while waiting for a cab outside?
What are you supposed to do?
And you record.
It's always creating.
Oh, thank you, Doug, very much.
I guess, but it's just so bad. HIV negative?
Yeah. But in his life, he's positive.
No, that's good. That's good. That's really, and I'm glad that you shared that with us.
Absolutely.
That was something that we had
I didn't mean
see.
to blow the bit.
Was
I
it
apologize.
raining when we were doing that?
No, but I heard, what was that Findom thing?
Well, there was a thing. The guy had to go out to the ATM, and it was raining, so he got wet.
Oh, I wonder if he had his,
Hilarious!
Perfection.
Oh my God!
That's how you do radio, boys.
This is the radio show of the future. This is it.
That's right. That's how you do radio.
No wonder Doug made his choice. This is what he wanted to be a part of. This magic.
Ooh,
Bob Kelly.
I'm thinking this over.
You maybe changing your mind on this?
I might.
That's how you do morning radio.
That's how we're going to do on both shows. Just talk about, I think I might not do this one anymore.
I'm not sure about this one anymore.
I'm all Bennington all the time.
Do you want to hear some of this dominatrix stuff?
Yeah, I am interested in it.
It was they did a whole hour thing about it. I didn't know there were I guess it makes sense. I didn't know there were young men that were making it their lifestyles. I'd only heard of women doing it to men that like to be abused, but I guess men like to be abused by men as well. Go ahead, Adrian. You can play some of the preview.
Adrian,
Are you ready to worship these godly feet?
wait, hold on, Adrian. Where's Rocky?
Adrian, you heard that? You ever heard that?
Why
before?
didn't the Rocky theme come in? Little Gonna Fly now, right
That is-
there?
Yeah,
How
Would've
did
been
you not?
perfect.
How did you not anticipate that?
I'm a Tefton idiot.
Yeah.
Get the Rocky theme. You're right, just for the future.
Right, in case it comes up again.
Yeah.
Right. And you just-
Adrian's here all the time, so
Oh, yeah.
you got to be ready for that one.
Right.
He's behind me, so out of sight, out of mind. I
That's
forget.
right. That's right. You just let me know when you have that in the Teft box. And you should really, if you're going to properly anteftipate, every morning you should be going through a list of songs that might be mentioned and having them ready to go.
Absolutely.
And obviously Umbrella and the theme from Rocky would both be on that list.
Yeah, umbrella, depending on the weather.
It's not raining outside, so
I'm
that's
saying
not a
general.
good. Right.
We're doing the story. He saw
Right.
the prep sheet.
Anyway, Adrian.
Where's Paulie, Mr. Gaza, and Rocky?
It's so stupid.
Let the whole song play.
This really is Water's world of radio. This is awful.
Fucking, you kidding me? This is how you do it.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. How does the Tef box feel about the way the show's going
He loves
today?
it.
It's just terrible.
You think so? It's not good, is
You
it?
don't like to stay busy?
Yeah, he doesn't like that. All of a sudden, we have to
Yeah.
challenge his mind.
That's his problem. First of all, this isn't challenging anybody's mind.
Sure it
Second
is.
of all,
That was flawless.
Tef's problem in there is work ethic.
Yeah, absolutely.
He
He's
doesn't-
too busy putting his finger up in the air and lollygagging.
Right.
Eating lollipops, like Bob said.
Lollipops.
Ugh.
Let's hear some of this financial dominatrix stuff then.
Are you PayPal ready?
So this is This is the
Yes,
guy.
sir.
This is-
all right. He's not a bad-looking guy, though. He's got his feet out. At least I thought he was just some old Asian guy.
Why do you think he was an old Asian man?
I just
said he was
misunderstood.
a young Asian
I
guy.
didn't pay attention.
You thought you were just getting confused with all the Jesse Waters stuff in
I don't like this
Chinatown.
guy's hairdo, though. He has hair like somebody who's afraid of losing their hair, so they comb it forward.
Right.
You see people do that? They're trying to look younger, and it fails miserably.
What's the original Justin Bieber cut?
Love the beeps.
I know you do. I know you do.
I don't like his no stuff,
So-
singing about fondue like an adult. I like when he was a boy.
You did.
Baby, baby.
That's your favorite
Sure, I'd love one.
baby? Oh, Jesus. So this is the Asian guy talking to another guy on Skype. And he's got his feet out. He's showing the guy on Skype his feet.
Yeah.
I'm going to serve and worship.
I love your feet, master.
Oh, he's trying to lick him
He's
through
licking
the
his
Skype.
His
webcam.
iPad, Ozzy.
My name's
Ozzy?
Ozzy. I'm from Gig Harbor, Washington.
I'd like you to
I'm Alpha
worship my
Phi
feet.
Delta.
Get on your knees.
Am I your god?
Hey, send me $30. You can smell my arse.
Would you, if Ozzy became a fin dom, would you take him up
In
on
a second. Hey, Ozzy, could you hold up Master of Reality? Pull your little cock out and send me some money. Okay.
You're just licking your webcam
Yes, I
and
would.
PayPaling Ozzy Osbourne
Yes, I
money.
would. Yes, I would. I'm going to sing Children of the Grave. Yes, I would. Ozzy.
Move it back just a little bit, Adria, as you
I'm from Gig
restart.
Harbor, Washington, and I'm Alpha Findom Cashmaster.
Cashmaster.
I'm going to take you on a little adventure. You're going to be my human ATM.
He's blindfolding a guy.
Cashmaster is
in
pretty
person.
much one that accepts cash from a submissive, someone that wants to serve me and have me as their idol.
See, he just
What makes me
walked the
stand
guy
out in
to an
financial domination
ATM
world
machine.
Is my natural.
I'm glad it wasn't raining.
parents, my
Oh, my God. Can you
cheat.
imagine if it was raining and he has on his eyepiece? And all of a sudden, he's out in the rain. He's got the eyepiece. He feels the raindrops.
Right.
And he says to himself, sure wish I had my... Fuck, man.
Terrible.
Smooth.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, don't look at me like that.
It's so
Smooth,
stupid.
babe. Smooth.
You...
Dog, am I right or wrong? Smooth.
I can't believe you came into radio as an outsider.
Yes, I did.
How many years ago? 15 years ago.
I would say...
No, it's you know how long it's been. It's 15 years ago.
Hold on a second.
No.
If Teft had any fucking clue back there, he'd clue up. I'm on a Mexican radio. What's on the radio?
No, don't do it, Tef. Don't do it.
Who's got that?
Nobody's got
Adrian's
it.
over there with his legs
Nobody's
crossed.
mentioned
Get on the
Mexicans.
sound clip.
Adrian's got the True Life clip. We don't need the Mexican radio clip.
Sure we do.
You have been in radio for 15 years and have picked up zero instincts.
That's not true.
You have no radio abilities whatsoever. You have not learned to broadcast at all.
This is another song, by the way, that Chip likes.
The Mexican radio song?
Yeah, he texted me once.
Did he?
Yeah.
I don't remember that at all. Honestly, I don't remember that.
Really?
What was it?
Instead of radio, it's Pekka-O.
Oh, Mexican pecaro.
That's not funny.
No, it's not at all.
No.
I didn't want to hear this.
I mean, well, yeah,
I haven't heard this in a minute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it at all.
we're doing sound. This is the new direction. You know, we don't have to hear that. You're spoiling it. We just got to hear the one part. Mexican radio. Just that part.
Who remembers this song?
Who doesn't?
Everyone.
The first thing I think of in the morning.
Oh, my shoulder. Oh, he's got Jim Norton eye thing going
A
on.
little eye twitch on the left eye.
Yeah.
Travis, what's your level of familiarity with this song?
0 to 1.
Exactly. This is
You sound like you just described you and Sam on a dating site.
Hit it. Don't stop until it works.
It wasn't working. Go
Let's
back to it.
No, we're going back to Finn Doms.
You got it. All right. People, I like people to see the magic being created, though.
Yeah, I know you do, but there's no magic being created. Let's go back to Ozzy.
What were you asking about me?
Oh no, Adrian, you should be ready then. Stop hitting your fucking tooth.
Why?
Nobody likes that.
People don't like silence on the radio, so if you pause, I'm going to do that.
Nobody it's gross. It is gross.
Yeah, you goddamn teeth tapper.
No, but it's quiet. People,
And you're not doing it when
try
we're
telling the
talking.
bosses down the hall what it's like when it's quiet on the radio. They don't want to hear it. They want noise. Constant noise.
You're saying management likes the direction of your teeth tapping?
Yes. Management and 4 out of 5 dentists surveyed like the direction of the show. All right, go ahead.
What I was saying was,
That you guys need more musical beds
you.
during the show.
I was asking you, Jim, how long have you been a part of broadcasting?
Well, it's been about, I'd say since about 2000, I've been performing on...
You should have said.
This is like Dickie, what's his name? Dickie Goodman.
Dickie shotgun wound to the head.
Yeah, exactly.
Did he kill himself?
And that's exactly where I'm headed if you don't stop this nonsense.
Are you sure you didn't start in
I didn't mean
1999?
No, not Mexican radio.
You
no.
got to come in with
No.
some Prince right
No.
there.
That was Prince. That was obvious. That was very, very obvious.
Well, how about whenever somebody dies, we could play When Doves Cry?
Yeah, obviously. Obviously.
Who died? Did anybody die?
I don't know. That's
Who's the most recent celebrity death? Or should we just go with Robert Kelly's dog?
Before the show, Adrian Teft and me were talking about Doris Roberts. She's dead.
When did she die, though?
A few months ago.
I met her like a week before she died.
I met her a week after.
A week after.
Yes, I know. I'm overusing the carpet.
You are.
I missed it.
You are.
Sorry.
And we talked to Gary Marshall very shortly before he passed.
It's true.
Yeah.
I regret. I had a weird foreshadowing too. You guys, we were off the air, but as he was walking, remember when he took my jacket by accident?
Yes.
I kicked him in the back and I said, I hope you die.
Let's get to the. Let's get to the end of the Finn Dom
I know.
thing.
Well, hold on. Can I wait for my cock to go down first? We were. All right, go ahead. Sweet. Worshiping his-
Phones, it's my eyes, my jawline, my personality is the one that really rocks it and kills it.
Really
And I
rocks
love
it and
that.
kills it.
Yeah.
My hardcore die fans just happen to be gay males that
Did you
wanna
say my
push up
hardcore
the
die
street.
fans?
He did.
Go back. Well, he must be a great Dom.
Hardcore die fans.
I want you to.
Talk.
I want you to toes my foot worship. Boo.
I love that. Like hardcore die fans just happen to
Hardcore
be
die
gay males
fans.
that wanted to worship a straight alpha male. This came in. It's a brand new coffee maker. I've had
Wow,
two
that's the
Audis,
advantages of
ATM
slavery.
credit
Yeah.
cards
Who wants to know that
that were
Dom
given
has
to me.
coffee breath?
I want you to send your God a coffee maker.
Yeah. Oh, worship my feet while I drink Sanka. How unsexy.
That money was probably in the dude's butt before he gave it to him.
Oh, it definitely was.
I know, money is so
No, it's
dirty.
in
My
his
mother always
mouth.
told me, don't put money in your
Don't
mouth.
eat money.
No.
It's better for spending.
Oh,
That's right.
well, we get once again missed cue.
Don't
yeah.
do the cute. We're on a.
Where's
guests
the
are
I
gonna
Want
start
Money
coming
song?
in.
Money. money.
Moni.
That sounds terrible. All right, get back to his Audis.
ATM credit cards that were given to me for my personal use to go out to bars, clubs, you name it. The sky's the limit. Growing up, I was
Yeah, that's
adopted
a
and
hot
a couple months
picture.
old from the Philippine
What? That's when he's a
Islands.
little boy.
And I was in the Air Force, so we traveled a lot.
Not that
I'm
one.
a military brat. And
Would you be?
I've always been
Would you send him money if when he was just a little boy? If he was like a 3-year-old Finn Dom?
Friend Dom, sure, you send them, buy yourself a rattle. Shucka, shucka, shucka. Shucka,
not good.
Shucka, shucka.
Not good.
Gonna have your shoes bronzed.
Oh, because he's a little boy, you mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna hang him on my mirror.
But what are you gonna bronze him with?
I'm gonna shellac your feet.
Oh, gross.
Mr. Hargis, what's on his feet? That's foot shellacking oil.
Doug, it's not oil.
Gloria Estefan, on your feet. Go.
Yeah, shellac your feet.
All right, Adrian.
Travis was a little boy.
No, he was. We all were.
Used to play the underwear, undie flip, and I'd shellac his feet.
Is that true, Travis? Did that shit happen?
I don't know. I blocked a lot of things out.
Oh, God damn it. No wonder your mom left.
Yeah, she was busy.
Undie Flip was a weird game.
There was, yeah.
I'd distract her. Every time she'd come in the house, I'd frisbee a matzah down the hallway.
You see, Doug.
You got to fill Doug in.
You see,
It's funny out of context.
no, absolutely, absolutely. But the reason it's even funnier because in real life, Travis's mother left him and his entire family
For a rabbi.
with no sort of warning and stopped talking to them forever. She just left the family.
Yeah.
So that's what Jim was making fun of
Yes,
Travis for.
also known as comedy gold.
Such a funny story.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
She'd say, Mr. Hargis, what are you doing with my little son/daughter? I'd just go frisbee it down the hall.
Instant distraction.
Oh yeah, she'd run at it. Sometimes she'd bang her head into the door, not even looking.
All right, Adrian. 30 more seconds.
been that wild child.
Oh my God! What am I doing in this video?
He's a fat man on a leash that he's walking around.
Chubby man.
But at least this guy's getting something.
he's looking at his dirty sneakers.
I went to a club in Providence, Rhode Island. You know, someone wanted
Look
to
at his titties.
kiss my
Oh
shoes
my
and
God.
pay me for it. This is where the fun begins.
Oh my
You know, after
God!
that,
It's the
I
Nagel kid.
took that and I ran
Yeah.
with it, and I just flipped it to my liking. And that was just the power trip from there.
Oh my
Just
God!
Oh, he's wrapping up in cellophane his entire body and dick.
Why would you want to wrap a guy up in cellophane?
How you feel?
It's humiliating.
Yeah? You do this for fun, don't you?
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Awesome.
I'm going to tell you this, though. D-Bag is very lucky that Thomas Hayden Church is on his way in, because otherwise it would have been naked D-Bag and cellophane day.
Oh, let's do that.
We should do that.
We should wrap him up in cellophane. I'd love to. Then push him down the
THC
elevator
would have
shaft.
fun with that, yeah.
Taps,
That'd be good.
how does D-Bag in there feel about being wrapped up naked in cellophane?
What made you even think of that?
Just because.
We were just watching a guy get wrapped up in
You
cellophane.
think my torso would look good wrapped up in?
I think so. I think
Better than this guy.
wrap it up nice and tight. You know, you've talked to us before. You have some torso issues.
I wouldn't go completely naked though. That's crazy.
But we'll do underwear.
Thong bikini.
I don't know about that.
There you go. It's a yes.
We'll get some European cut underwear for you. No problem.
We are back with more Best of Jim Norton and Sam Roberts.
Bruce Campbell
Hi, Bruce.
making his way in.
See you again.
What's going on, man?
Good morning. I happen to be in the neighborhood that I stop in.
Yes, you're always welcome here. Welcome.
Key question. There we go.
Oh, you have to lower the seat.
Well, there we go.
Look at you. You look fantastic.
Well, it's New
Pocket
York
square,
City, man.
matching the shirt,
Boom.
matching everything.
A pocket poof.
Is that what it is? A pocket poof?
That's not a pocket square.
When did you get interested in the way you dress?
I was
sorry.
I was interested way back when, and then I had kids, and then it went out the window for 15 years, and now it's back.
Why did it go out the window?
Because kids, I wore fanny packs and socks and sandals in those days. It was hot. It was a hot look.
Just
still
wear
wears a fanny
packs?
pack.
Yeah, I still do when I travel. I love a good fanny pack.
Oh, it's the worst.
I love a good fanny pack.
They are stylistically horrifying, but functionally astute.
What's better than getting on a plane, everybody's empty and shit, and you just throw your fanny pack on
Boom.
and you're like, done.
Yeah.
Easy.
It's amazing what it expands to also. I mean, the crap that you can put in there.
Yeah, absolutely. My license, my ID. I'm just going to sit here and ruin this interview by listing shit I put in my fanny pack.
We got outer zippers, too. They were more sophisticated than people realize.
I love a good fanny pack, though, and I say that with no irony. I genuinely enjoy a good fanny pack.
Maybe that's my problem. I haven't been exposed to the right fanny packs.
I don't think there is a right fanny pack.
Yeah, me neither.
But there's a practical fanny pack. But those days are over.
So now, yeah, you do look very good.
Well, in the old days, there was a church in a rich suburb of Detroit that gave away. You could give your clothes there, and they'd give them away. They'd sell it for charity for the church. It was where all the rich people took their clothes, and this was great stuff. So you could get a wool suit that was lined in silk for $20.
Jesus,
you get it tailored for $20, $45, man. You're looking sharp in the Motor City, and that's how we raised our money for that. We all wore these secondhand suits and bought Montgomery Ward briefcases, and we looked like we were businessmen.
How old are you at that point?
21.
Okay. All right. So you're not in high school.
No, just after though. Not too far after.
So you guys knew you wanted to finance this movie. You had a script, and you just had zero money.
We had no idea how to get the money though. It's one thing. Sam had an idea. He had a script. We met a guy, Rob Tappert, who seemed to think he knew how to get money. The good news is he was a young renegade, so his family had a family lawyer because he was always in trouble. So we went to his lawyer, said, how do we raise money? He goes, you got to create a thing, like an entity.
Right.
To then approach businessmen, and you speak their language, and you show them that you're not full of crap. And so that's what we did. And then we showed them a little Super 8 movie. We used to do a lot of Super 8 movies in high school. We did a Super 8 short version of Evil Dead, and we showed that to investors, and then took their money. And it was a long, grueling process. It really was. It took three plus years to make the original movie.
To me, the horrifying part of Evil Dead, it was all very scary, was the angle following that was the most genius thing in it, and the tree branch was
the
frightening.
evil entity.
Yeah, that was frightening. Did you shoot that in the demo reel?
Yeah, we did shoot some of that. Exactly. So it was good for us too to sort of get our horror chops. We had only made silly Three Stooges comedies before that. Horror was new to us.
Right.
This wasn't something I grew up on. I didn't read any of that crap.
So how did you and Sam know how to shoot that stuff? Like, was it just like trial and error? Like, what if we do this with the camera?
A lot of it is Sam. He's got a real crazy. He was a magician. That's how I first hung out with him. I was his assistant, hung low, and we would wear lab coats, and we would appear for bar mitzvahs and things like that. And he would hit me, and he saw the audience liked it when he hit me.
Sure.
So he associated that.
I get that.
He associated my pain with entertainment.
Right.
And he never stopped.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how
Built a
that
career on it.
began.
Was he a good magician?
He was a good magician. Because every day at 4 o'clock, he turned into a bar. No.
Come on.
Come on
Let's keep it above the belt.
No, Sam was, he looked very sleight of hand. And what are movies? The ultimate sleight of hand.
Mm-hmm.
The angles that you use, what you show, the editing. He's the only director I know who read the American Cinematographer's Manual, which is the most boring, make you want to hang yourself book. It's all the technical side of cameras and shutters and apertures and f-stops, t-stops. Forget it.
Yeah.
But he's like, I have to know this. I have this camera in my hand. What can it do? What can I make it do?
Right.
And it's impressive what he made it do.
See, that is impressive because, like, I feel like so many, especially young directors, student directors, whatever, instead of looking at a camera going, "What can I make it do?" are just looking at other movies and being like, "Oh, just do that."
No question about it. And we, on the original Evil Dead, we had days where we filmed for 12 hours and got one shot.
Jesus.
Sam would be fired. He'd be fired in 3 days today. He would. In the TV world, by lunch, you've killed the bad guy. Little Billy got his medicine back, and you've kissed your co-star. It happens so fast. But Sam's shot is, if his shot is, I want to be tracking with Ash from one window to the other, above him, and even be above the rafters of the cabin. How do we get that?
Wow.
And we're like, yeah, how do we get that? So we would spend the whole day figuring out how to get that shot.
So then when you get into doing other movies, like after this thing, it's a success and blah, 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 and you have a mainstream career and everything, do you go back to Sam and be like, you're not supposed to do it that way? Like, we can go way quicker than that.
It was only, Sam still goes slow, though.
He does.
Oh, not much has changed. He just has now he has resources, though.
Yeah.
It's even more horrifying because Sam can go, no, here's what I want to do with the camera now. Mm-hmm. And all of all the effects wizards in Hollywood, they're not going to say no. They love these crazy visual challenges. So it's impressive to watch, but boy, as a director of those movies, you to have an attention span. I mean, the detail of this crap of shooting all these effects, the layers, and shooting Ash versus Evil Dead, the new show. There's nothing as an easy shot. There's not an easy shot in the whole show.
Right.
You're either green screen or some fake driving shot where you're projecting images on the car while you have the background plates playing that have to be shot beforehand. None of it's two guys sitting and talking.
Do you like green screen?
Huh?
Do you like using green screen, or do you like the all-wear shooting?
Green screen, it's just a modern day tool. And it used to be blue screen. Now everything's green screen. Before that, it was called chroma key. Before that, they had front screen projection. So it's going to change. Pretty soon they'll go, we don't even need green screen. We'll just do it.
We'll just add it in.
Do it. Yep. Yeah. We'll just change it later.
What do you hate that movies do? Like, is there anything you do like a movie that's
It's all technical. It's so technical. It's like me talking to you, but you're a tennis ball on a stick. And then because you can't be there because you're a monster and you're being made up and we're not ready for you yet. It's all that. It's the deconstruction of a scene of just two guys talking, but now it's got to be broken into 47 components. Yeah. It's tedious. Movies are really tedious. I loved it. That's why I like TV. Well, let's go, man. We're shooting. You're on set at 7. That first shot is about 7:20.
Yeah, right. You don't like saying it's a real case to sit around and wait.
Hurry up and wait.
God damn it! I fucked it up.
The worst.
And by the way, the show is 8:00 on Stars.
Yes.
On Sunday night.
Ash versus Evil Dead. When you did Fargo, did they do Fargo? Because I mean, that is one of the greatest TV series they've done in quite some time.
Fargo, the movie or the TV show?
The TV show.
I'm the only actor who's been in both.
Were you in the movie?
Hell yeah.
I told you he was in the movie. He didn't believe me.
I did
you didn't say it. When the guy's putting the leg in the chipper, it's near the end of the movie. The other guy's watching a shitty soap opera. And I'm in the shitty soap opera.
And so did they film the soap opera for the...
No, the Coen brothers, the producer of the Coen brothers was an old high school buddy of mine. He knew that I had done a really bad soap opera years before, and he goes,
that's great.
He goes, let's just get the footage. Just get the rights to it. It costs like $1. So that's what they did. It was something we had filmed years before.
And then did the people who did the TV show, did they have any idea that connection existed?
No. No.
So that was just a happy coincidence.
Except for the same producer, John Cameron. So he then brought me in to do Ronald Reagan.
Right.
TV
you
show.
did. You sat down and you said, "Well, you did a little Reagan
there
when you first."
There you go again. How can you not? Once you look, my kids grew up in the Reagan era, all the '80s. You couldn't get the guy off TV.
Yeah.
There you go. He was the scolder in chief.
You do Reagan, I do Clinton. That's awesome.
Now, what's your Clinton? Let's hear a little bit of your Clinton.
Fuck the black hooker behind some bushes.
God. That's perfect. So it's not really how he does it; it's what he says.
That's it. It's the content.
Okay.
Wow. That's dead on.
Oh my God,
Bill, are you here?
I looked over my shoulder. I was like, I think it's here.
That's actually an excerpt from his autobiography. I believe.
Oh man.
Yes.
Well, you'll appreciate. I met him once. I met him in Miami.
How was he when you meet him?
Hilarious.
He is, right?
Oh, it was a function for Haiti, some relief thing.
I know it. I saw you and Eve. I've chased women through the woods
You're
like
close.
that.
You're close. You're close.
He yells like that.
No,
doesn't
we got the guy who was his assistant told us, me and the star of Burn Notice, he goes, if you guys get near the end of the line, he'll have more time. If you get near the front of the line, he's got to blow past you.
Yeah,
We're like, good advice.
Yeah.
Got way near the end. We're 20 feet away. He looks over at us. He goes, oh, man. Hey. It's sort of like how you did it. Oh, I love your show. And we literally, both of us, we looked behind us. We were, he's not talking about us, is he?
Yeah, you thought maybe Dennis Hoff from the Bunny Ranch.
Exactly. So we finally get up there, and he says the words. He goes, Burn Notice is my favorite show. You play my favorite character. He's saying this to me. Sam, we're both over the hill warriors. I'm like, what?
Oh my God.
Bill Clinton was watching Burn Notice?
Yeah, because he goes, Hillary's gone all week. This is when she was Secretary of State. So I'm home. I watch the show. Oh, it's a good show. Where's the girl? He did end it with that. Where's the girl?
That's gotta be pretty great.
That's hilarious. He said he did it when Hillary had pneumonia. Bill was like, well, I watch a lot of TV. I saw on TV that she had pneumonia. I guess he's just watching all his
Oh,
programs.
I'm telling you, man, I watch the show all the time. It's my favorite character.
No, he needs. That was his cover show because he has to explain what he does when she's gone. I was watching Burn Notice.
Burn Notice, my favorite show.
Those ladies are lying. I was watching a Burn Notice marathon.
Right, and USA would be running Burn Notice like nonstop. So it's like, you're all good. You're all good.
I like to go in the basement just like Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's the one show that you could pick and it would make sense. It's like Law and Order.
Right.
Would be the other
Right.
one. Burn
Right.
Notice and Law and Order.
Perfect. What I was going to ask about Fargo was, did they shoot that like a TV show or a movie?
Sort of both.
Yeah.
They have instructions. They the show creator Noah Hawley they have rules because they don't want it to be un-Fargo-ish.
Right.
When the Coen brothers shoot their movies, Roger Deakins is the guy who's their cinematographer. They use certain lenses. They're not telephoto guys. When you look at a Coen brothers movie, for some reason they like to kind of be with you in the room. They're not guys who shoot like 24.
Right.
Where it's like you're always on a 600 millimeter lens and they're finding you down the street because they think it looks cool. Mm-hmm. There's a certain rule like no lens deeper than a certain like focal length.
Yeah.
Because then it would not look like the show. So they have those kind of rules, but so it doesn't look like a standard.
But the pace of it is TV pace. Or not really.
Shooting it, it's weird. They don't race along.
Huh.
They don't, and it was funny to hear Kirsten Dunst go, "Oh, the workload of television." I'm like, "Yeah, welcome to the program." It's a workload. You got to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought you were going to ask.
No. You had a question, so I didn't want to interrupt you.
Well, you go.
No, we're being very courteous to each other.
I
This
was
is really
going to ask.
irritating.
It's really courteous
really
moment.
irritating.
I was going to ask if there were any if Bill Clinton was like the peak of sort of famous. I mean, Bill Clinton is beyond famous, but notable fans to stuff that you've done. Beyond Burn Notice and any, whatever.
Well, who could possibly be bigger than
Right?
Did
Well,
you
we
ever get
just
an email
heard,
from Bin Laden?
But we had heard Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper's favorite horror film is Evil Dead.
That's cool.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Coming from him. I think Charlie Sheen, marijuana, and watch Evil Dead 2.
Oh, that's great.
But
Should be watching Philadelphia.
Philadelphia? Smoke marijuana and watch Philadelphia?
Sure.
Because it becomes funny? Oh my God, I've never heard of that.
Something Jim's done in his
yeah,
past.
well, I was saying, there's a little
That
tie in there.
sounds cynical.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Come on, we're going to watch Philadelphia.
What do you think makes a great horror film? What do you think makes a shitty horror film? Because it's weird what works and what doesn't work. Like,
Yeah.
you watch a horror movie and it just, like, The Evil Dead, even the new one was fucking Friday. It just captures something. And I can't describe whether it's tension or it's just a creepy atmosphere, but so many movies miss it, and then some movies just have that.
This whole phase, there was a phase that's sort of ending. It was torture porn.
Yes.
Where you put a guy's wiener in a vice and poke it with a stick for half an hour.
Sure,
That's
I
like,
produced those.
you know what? You can do that. And in filmmaking wise, that doesn't really require any skill. What takes the skill is building suspense. It's really the same old stuff of figuring out what a scene is, like how to mount a scene, how to stage a scene, for one, like where to even put the actors. And if a director doesn't know how to do that, a scene's going to play weird. And if a director's not on top of his actors, it's going to seem weird. Like Evil Dead, unfortunately, the original one comes across as funny because you experience actors saying crappy dialogue. That's a bad combo.
It's still scary though. But it's still a scary movie.
It was once the creatures started. I think what it is Sam's approach was once the horror started, you can't stop it. Most of the classic horror movies, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Right.
Once that chainsaw got fired up, it pretty much didn't end until the end.
Right.
And it hit a relentless point.
Yeah, because before it's a horror movie in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, just annoying Franklin in his wheelchair.
Yeah.
Like, what are you watching?
Yeah. and then it busts open.
Yeah.
The Hills Have Eyes, the same sort of old classic 70s
That's
ones.
that's the first rated R movie I ever saw was on Wameco Home Theater, WHT. My friend Bill D'Angelo.
I love Bill D'Angelo.
Yeah, Bill D'Angelo, and his parents had WHT, and The Hills Have Eyes is the first rated
That's
R
a
movie.
scary
I ever
ass
saw.
movie.
It's a terrifying movie.
Do you know that started a trend? In The Hills Have Eyes, there's a poster of Jaws that's torn in half.
Because it's the future and...
No, it's because...
Hold on, his stupid anticipatory guess was terrible.
You were courteous before.
Meaning that whatever happened in that movie, it's nothing like what's going on in here.
Right.
So in Evil Dead, we took a Hills Have Eyes poster and put it in the basement and tore that in half.
So does it actually give a message to the audience that this is nothing compared to what you're seeing here?
Exactly.
Because that's a movie, but this is real.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then and this is all Wes Craven back and forth with Sam Raimi. And then in Evil Dead, what was the first Nightmare on Elm Street? Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
Kid's watching TV late at night, he's watching the Evil Dead. He's watching Evil Dead. So then when we did Evil Dead 2, we took Freddy's hand, Freddy's claw, and put that in the work shed. So they've been sort of communicating little props back and forth for years.
Cool.
Does it make it scarier? Because it's like, hey, people watching the movie have seen Jaws or they've seen The Evil Dead, so it's like, okay, that's actually relatable because I've seen that movie and they see it as a movie, so that's realistic.
It's all subliminal torment.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Horror works on many levels.
Do you know what was a scary movie? Was The Conjurings were scary movies. I thought the first one and the second one were pretty...
Yeah, I like The Conjuring.
But you said that you have to keep the horror going. Those are ones that will kind of like back off a little bit and then go. Maybe there's just a different pace in those.
It's more the suspense stuff.
Or did you not think they were scary?
I like stuff with pace. I do. Once stuff gets going. Horror movies can get slow because they think that slow brooding shots are what it's all about. That's actually fine. And in the original Evil Dead, there are little slow moments, but they're just breathers until it starts again. Let your ears clear.
Do you still try to see everything? Or not really anymore?
When you say see everything.
Like movie. Like, do you still consider yourself
can you
like...
still enjoy horror films? You know, you can kind of know how it all made.
I love the process. I still love the business, but when I go to see a movie now, I watch actors look at their marks. It's all still too technical.
You see actors looking at their marks?
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, there's some great ones. Seriously, and it's a little flick of the eyes. It's all it is.
What's
but
a good
I know
one?
what they're looking for.
What's a good one?
I'm not gonna out any of my brother sister actors, but it's when you have to run, and they're using telephoto lens, and then you have to hit a mark. And
so you have to run. You know it wasn't in the theory of everything because he was in a wheelchair.
Bill Clinton is chasing you, and you're running.
Oh my God!
You mean because Stephen Hawking has no use of his legs?
Oh my God!
Look at his mark. It's a chair.
Yeah. So you get to the mark, and you have to stop, but you've been running,
right?
And you're not supposed to look at your mark, but you have to. Because otherwise, unless you have really good peripheral vision, you're going to miss your mark. And if you miss your mark, you're out of focus. It's that simple. So you go, where is it? There it is.
Everyone is now going to look for that. I never thought to look at that.
Bad.
Believe me, I've been on sets. I never thought.
And I'll tell you, the other thing is watching actors save a line. They'll be in the middle of a line, and I know that they're halfway toward fucking that thing up, and they're gonna pull their way out of it.
Yeah.
Shatner's the best at it because I watch T.J. Hooker.
So he's good at almost butchering one and then fixing it?
Normally, Shatner talks at a pretty lightning fast pace. He's William Shatner. He's talking. And when sometimes the lines aren't as obvious to him, he slows down. Becomes more deliberate in his approach. until he gets it. Then he's back spinning up again and talking. So some actors, you can save a line because you're like, I'm not doing this again.
Wow, you can see them actually doing it.
Yeah, you see them bogged down, and then but the great thing is watching them claw their way out of it.
But is that almost
without making them look like they're clawing their way out of it? That's a gift.
And it might make it look more natural too, because that's when sometimes you're talking, you don't know exactly what you're going to say, so you stop and.
That is true. Right. There's a lot of old timey actors. They would talk like that, like radio announcers,
right?
With all the perfect pacing, because that's kind of how they were taught. Then you get into John Cassavetes, more of the avant-garde stuff, and you want actors to not act.
Yeah, it's weird. I can't watch a lot of the older
Pacinos,
films.
you know what I mean? The early De Niro's, they got into more of the mannerisms and stutters and sniffles, and a lot. Actors now, this is my favorite. Okay, so say some lines of dialogue to me.
I don't know. For dinner, I was thinking maybe we can get some chicken or something. What do you think?
Why is he
Bruce is looking around.
I'm like, what are you looking at?
He's looking all around the room.
At?
Me?
And now I'm going to be that same actor.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the store. I don't know. Get some chickens. I don't know. Maybe some donuts or whatever. I'm like, where the fuck? What are you looking at?
He's looking all around the room. Because they got. Is it because like actors feel like they have to be doing something to make this special?
I think so. They have to have something else going on. So the audience goes, "What is he doing?"
Isn't that
He's
like
compelling?
It's a Mickey Rourke. That's almost like a Mickey Rourke. But
it is, and you watch some actors the very first time, and you go, "Oh my god, they're amazing!" And you see him the second time, you go, "Oh."
He's doing the thing.
That's his thing.
No, that's his shtick.
Yeah.
You go,
Nick
"Oh."
Cage.
And it's partly depressing, I must say.
Okay, because that reminded me of a Mickey, like just a mysterious guy looking beyond and not kind of.
Mickey Rourke was great at that.
Yeah, he was amazing. Philip Seymour Hoffman had a great way.
Watch
of
him,
not
the bomb
looking
maker
in the eye.
in Body Heat. Watch him. He's when he's making his little bomb, he's got these little ticks. He's explaining it. Here's what you want to do with your thing. He was really smooth.
Mickey Rourke.
Yeah. Now he's lumpy.
Yeah,
but he was smooth before.
Smooth then. It's interesting that you bring up the stuff about the horror movies and pacing, and like because I feel like it's such a delicate balance. Like, have you seen Don't Breathe?
I haven't, but
I've said that while fucking.
Hey, lady! It's the same filmmaker from the Evil Dead remake.
Right.
So I'm a big fan of Fede Alvarez. This is Fede Unchained.
It's interesting too because I've seen it, and it is absolutely one of these things that kind of starts, where's this going, and then it is unrelenting. I mean, it starts to drift into gore porny stuff. Not gore porn, but there's some stuff that is just like so squeamish that you're like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you have to look away.
But there's a cup of jizz in it at one point that you're just like, I don't know.
Right.
Sure. Reminds us of work.
Full cup of jizz.
Wow.
Jim's breakfast.
But it is completely unrelenting. It is that style.
Well, that thing came out of nowhere, and it was tracking lower than what they thought. They were like, "Oh, another ho-hum release," and it went, it popped because word of mouth. I think it still exists.
Yeah,
They
I
go,
think
man, you got to see that movie. You got to see that movie.
What's a movie that scared the shit out of you?
The Tenant by Roman Polanski.
I don't know if I saw that.
Very obscure. It came out in like '76. I saw it in college. There's no blood. There's no monster. There's no. I'm trying to think of how many. Only a couple people wind up losing their actual life, but that thing stuck with me for weeks after because it made me think I was going crazy. Because the lead character was being driven insane, and to me that's good horror. Where you go, what is that? It's like The Sixth Sense.
Yeah,
it's a really clever movie. Again, if you see that movie again, you go, oh. But, the first time you go, really, because it's messing with your head. Very successful movie.
I never heard of The Tenant.
Yeah.
I never
The Tenant.
saw that.
Again, very obscure, but it's like, wow. When filmmakers go creepy.
Do you think you talk about Roman Polanski, do things like Rosemary's Baby? I watched that again recently, and there's still very scary moments, like the fact that that there's something going on next door, but it's not as scary.
But it's done in an adult fashion, which is why the original Exorcist is so good.
Yeah.
You have Ellen Burstyn, who's like an award-winning actress going, "What's wrong with my baby?" It's not, frankly, with all due respect, a scream queen being a bad actor. Friedkin is like, no. We're going to get like actors to do this.
Yeah.
And they treated it so they've got these great shots of just scanning her brain. Because they're going, we have to find out clinically what and they can't find it. The doctors can't find it. Just the whole approach.
Right.
And then the if you set up a story the correct way, it can really have what's a great payoff? The setup is it's a priest who's doubting his faith. He's the guy who gets the kid with the exorcist. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That's slam dunk.
Yeah.
Who are you going to torment? A priest full of conviction? Bullshit. The guy, he will not get scared or anything.
Right.
You go after a guy who's like, I'm not sure if I'm cut out for this.
And that's one of those little elements that's what makes it good storytelling.
Because now you're, as an audience, now you're scared.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that Bruce Willis in the air duct in the original Die Hard, he was an LA cop. Why not make him an accountant?
Right.
He's just a random guy who doesn't know shit, but he's smart.
Yeah.
And he learns and he finds a gun and he's never fired a gun in his life. How does this work?
Right.
Now I'm scared. But
Right.
if he's the ex-LA cop, that's just a writer's cop-out.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Because
Wow,
I pitched it to a Hollywood writer. I go, why didn't they do that with an accountant? He goes, how would he have won? I'm like, that's your problem.
Right.
Yeah.
As a writer, figure it out.
Right. Right.
But as an audience member, I'd be terrified if that guy is an accountant.
You're less invested if he's a cop because a cop has those tools already.
Yes.
He should.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't get out of it, you go, what a lousy cop.
Yeah, good. He should have been killed. He was terrible at his job. Wow,
Yeah.
that's fascinating.
Exactly.
And The Exorcist, by the way, they remove all other options, so it can only be an
It can
exorcism.
only be that.
And it makes it
And
realistic.
they also got Linda Blair. They got choice casting.
Yes.
Again, choice. It was a good move. It was a good decision.
Yeah.
And look, William Friedkin is a very intense filmmaker, and he's at the height of his powers there.
Yeah.
You know, filmmakers at the height of their powers are great.
Did you see? I know we have to wrap up. Did you see Part 3? Part 2 was not good. The Exorcist Part 2. Linda Blair was also in that. But did you see Part 3, which was kind of an extension of Part 1?
No, because Part 2 sucks so bad, I didn't see.
I'm telling you,
three.
Part 3, 1990, it was 17 years later, and it picks up.
It's really good.
No, I know. I'm telling you, it
Yeah, I
sounds
know.
like it's gonna be terrible. Me and my buddy watched it as a joke, and we were like two fucking teenage girls, just frightened. Not just because we were dressed that way, but we were really frightened watching it. It was with George C. Scott plays the part that Lee J. Cobb played,
Right.
And the priest is in it, and also Brad Dourif is in it. It sounds horrible. I'm
does
telling
sound
you,
horrible.
Part 3 is good.
More best of Jim Norton and Sam Roberts right now.
There was a big photo op that I wasn't sure if it was gonna happen.
You have never seen Jim Norton spend the evening being nicer to a woman in a wheelchair than when he was on a quest for a photo op with Roberta Flack.
That's right.
Now,
Roberta Flack.
I want you to know. Here's how the Roberta Flack evening starts. We find out that she's going to be backstage.
About a minute before she is.
Right, real
Amy's
quick.
dad's in a wheelchair and he's friends with Roberta. I guess they're in the same place where they
And-
know each other.
And before Jim can go on his quest to get a Roberta Flack photo, he goes, I don't know one of her songs. He can't.
I couldn't remember. I didn't know. I didn't connect her with those songs. And as soon as someone named one, I'm like, oh yeah.
Well, obviously, Killing Me Softly is like
Yeah, it's gigantic. It's
her song.
I just didn't recognize the name for a second to associate with. And then, of course, there was a First Time Ever I Saw Your Face is a lovely one.
Did you go home and Google?
No. What's it called? Tonight I Celebrate My Love for You is a huge fucking song by her and some guy.
Right. I mean, I don't know who the guy was, but I'll take your word
Travis
for it.
something. Oh, I can't. I don't even hear this song like this.
What? How do you
Because
hear?
instead of fingers, it doesn't say fingers.
What does it say?
It's just Chip saying Pekka.
Strumming my pain with his pekka? That's disgusting. That's what Chip is into?
No, it just happened. Every time there's a hard word, like with more than one syllable, Pekka seems to fit.
Pekka fits a lot in Chip, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, so to speak. So she came backstage, and I didn't want to just ask a lady in a wheel. If you're in a dressing room, even I am very controlled in those moments. I don't bother people in dressing rooms.
Especially somebody else's dressing room.
Yeah, I'm not an asshole. I mean, despite popular opinion, I'm not a complete fucking fool.
But I do like when you're around, like you see, like his eyes kind of dart around. You're always assessing the situation.
Yeah.
Like figuring out, okay, how am I going to figure out the way into this? Like, what's my move here? Because she's sitting there, she's in a wheelchair. She might be trying to eat something. She doesn't necessarily.
She was eating, yeah.
Yeah.
And then they took some photos of people who were there, but I was just like, cares? I was sitting there yapping with you, and Amy's boyfriend's a nice guy, and there's a couple of his friends backstage. And Mark, I went over and saw Rachel and Mark Norman. By the way, before I forget, Mark Norman was fucking great.
He crushed.
Mark Norman is a funny stand-up. I mean, I'm not saying that in a shocked way, but I haven't watched him do a set.
Especially at Madison Square Garden in front of that audience.
That many people, and he was completely comfortable.
Yeah.
Completely fluid on stage. Really fucking great.
He was
really
just
funny.
He was just his Mark Norman self.
Yeah, he was very, very funny.
Yeah, he was awesome. But yeah, so like the show hasn't started yet, and we're backstage, and Jim has decided at that moment not to go for the photo op because there weren't that many people doing it. It was just when she first got there, a couple of her friends, blah blah blah, and that's it.
Yeah, and then I was like, it just wasn't that important for me to take a photo. I was like, that's fine if it doesn't happen.
But
we said hello.
But then we go sit down.
Well, there's guys in our seats.
Right. We go there, and there's guys in our seats, and
who we had seen backstage.
Yeah, and they were telling the guy, no, they told us to sit here. And so, like, the security dude who was taking phones away from everybody was kind of perplexed by it and just he never came back. He just walked away.
He sent somebody else back, because we had tickets, actually, as well.
Yeah.
They were very good seats, and I didn't want to say to the guy, hey, you're on our fucking... Can we turn that fucking music bed down? It's making me depressed. I didn't want to say to the guy, hey, you're in our fucking... Because he knew he was in our seat.
Yeah.
Said, they put me here...
but it was also kind of annoying that he wasn't moving. Like, he should have stood up and been like, okay, there was a mistake, because those two have hard tickets.
Yeah. And but I didn't want to be a dick to him. I'm like, let the usher move him, just because he had come back. I guess he had come back with Roberta Flack. I didn't know if he knew Amy's dad. I wasn't going to be an asshole to a guy who might be a family friend.
But it was very awkward because we were just standing there next to him.
Yeah, just like a creepy alternative couple trying to sneak in under the radar, being outed. So they eventually come and move him and the other guy he's with.
Yeah, but just to right behind us. And so they were right there. And Roberta Flack was right across from us.
In the aisle. I realized that's why they were there.
Yeah.
Because she's in a wheelchair. She's very old. And they were looking out for her.
Right.
So we basically had them move the two people who were looking for Roberta Flack out of the fucking way. So
we
me
could
and
have
my date
our seats.
Yeah, my date and I could sit down and enjoy the program.
So we watched the show and everything, and Roberta Flack and blah, blah, blah. Then Jim he decides, I think, at what point in the show did you decide you're going to go for the...
Well, I didn't. I had texted Kenny during the thing. I'm like, and I told the two guys, once I realized, that they're here, I'm like, I'm texting in the back to make sure that your seats here are okay. And they're like, okay, thank you. And it was okay. So as we're leaving...
So that's a little bit of groundwork that Jim's already put in. Like,
I didn't mind him. I felt bad.
I'm cool with her people. Then...
The woman says to me, before we're about to leave, she goes, could you help us get back? One of the women with Roberta Flack says, can you help us get back?
Let me tell you something. Somebody put on his Eagle Scout uniform because he went through, we were probably in the 11th row?
Yeah.
We went through 11 rows of people trying to exit Madison Square Garden with one little comedian's voice going, we have a wheelchair coming through.
Yeah.
Excuse me, there's a wheelchair coming through?
Yes.
We're bringing a wheelchair through.
Yes. That's the only way to get people to move. And by the way, before that, when she said, can you help, I was like, okay. And then she pushes the wheelchair, but I don't know if Roberta just, if she's totally wheelchair bound, but her foot was hanging off the chair, and the woman was trying to put it back on, and it kept slipping off. So I'm standing in front of her.
Gotta get some fucking Velcro on that bitch.
That's the only, or strap, because the wheelchair where your feet go a little awkward. So now I'm squatting down.
Yeah.
I have Roberta's Flack's stockinged foot in my hand. I'm putting her fucking stocking foot.
You were worshiping Roberta Flack's foot.
And I'm putting it on the thing. I don't even know this. She's probably like, who is this fucking guy? I'm putting her foot on the chair.
How great would it have been if, like, all the confusion's going around, she's looking around, trying to figure out how she's going to get out, and she just looks down and sees a weasel sucking her big toe.
Yeah, just a creepy little fucking white supremacist looking guy.
Right.
Fucking futzing with her feet.
You're alleged Miss Flack.
Yeah. So I put her foot back on the chair, and then I helped get through a little bit.
You did. And then you went to security?
Well, we had good badges. I had asked security before we went, because by the way, before the show, they said our badges, we had these little backstage passes, but I'm like, at the end, are we going to be able to come back with these? And her security guy from Live Nation said, no, let me give you guys badges so you can come right back.
Which is very good of them.
Yeah.
Because they were already, like, looking at us crooked while we were backstage.
The
Like, we
MSG people.
Yeah, the MSG people. We would go down a hall we were just in, and they'd be like, "You guys can't be here with those passes." We were just here with the people who are doing the show. Like, we're definitely fine.
Well, Madonna pulled up as we were about to walk out, and to bring her out.
So Jim is sitting there, right? And because Madonna introduced Amy Schumer, which is pretty incredible. That's the only thing on that level I've seen before is I saw Ricky Gervais at the theater at Madison Square Garden, which is the smaller room, and David Bowie introduced him.
Yeah, I can think of a better one.
What's a better one?
Ozzy Osbourne introduced someone from his own toilet.
You like that better?
Much.
So Madonna is back there, right? And we kind of had heard she might be coming, and Jim starts asking the security guard, hey, how can we get to our seats? Because we were just going to go out there.
Because I wasn't going to stand there, believe it or not, and bug her for a photo. It just was like, back there, you just don't do it.
But he sees Madonna, and as Jim is talking to the security guard about the tickets to get out on the floor, his eyes are locked on Madonna. You weren't looking at the security guard at all.
I wasn't sure it was her. There was a couple. There was two women. And I'm like, is that her? Because they just pulled up into the back. I wasn't sure. I was looking at someone else at first, and then I saw her. I think I was actually looking at the wrong person.
Nobody questions whether or not the Material Girl is the Material Girl, okay?
Well, I did, because I didn't know which one. And then I was like, oh, it's her. And then we just went out to our seats.
We just got to take a glimpse of the Queen Madge.
Yeah, you got to look at her if she's there.
Of course.
But I wasn't going to stick around and try to get it. I was like, that's this Amy's thing. It's like, I'm not that fucking, I'm not going to embarrass people.
Although I would have, I would have. What were you going to say?
It's just in general how I've embarrassed people many times, but not like that. I try not to with photos.
I would have loved to have seen you gotten turned down for the second time from Madonna in person.
If it was another set of circumstances, I might have, because it would have been actually funny if she shot me down again.
Yeah.
But it was like, I'd said hello to her manager. I'm not inappropriate.
So we watched the show, and Eagle Scout Jimmy is wheeling Roberta Flack,
helping, guiding her back
to the backstage area, and we had our badges. Roberta did not. So Jim was talking to the security guard, making sure that Roberta and all her people are taken care of. And I go, okay, I know what Eagle Scout has in mind now.
That's right.
Because he's like, okay, now we're good. I scratch your back. I'm getting. So we
Believe me, that was one step away from, look, I got you back here, bitch. Smile.
And I go, okay. I've seen this before. I've traveled with Jim to enough events. I go.
Well, the security guard was cool, though, because he goes, I'm like, look, they're all back here. I'm like, that's a red flag. I go, oh, okay. And he goes, look, if Jim Norton says I have to let her back, I have to let her back. So the security guard was a radio show fan.
Isn't it nice when those security guards just acknowledge that they know who you are? How much easier is
So much
everything?
easier. Well, they know you're not trying to scam your way into anything shady.
Yeah. So we get backstage, and Dave Chappelle was back there.
Yes.
And so Jim starts talking and I would imagine that it felt good for Dave Chappelle to compliment you on your body.
Yes. Dave is pretty jacked. If you've seen him in the last few years, Dave is pretty jacked.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen him in a while. So I don't think I've seen him since the weight loss. Or at least I can't remember if I have. So yeah, he was very complimentary.
But so
my body.
So we're sitting there.
Appearance. Hold on, I'm not finished complimenting myself.
Dave Chappelle is talking to Jim Norton about his wonderful body.
Yeah,
his very handsome
body.
Body
and handsome. Yeah, that's that type of stuff two men
shout
about.
You have a great body, Jim.
Yeah,
and
Dave is huge.
Yeah, he's jacked. He's jacked.
Yeah, he's big.
But Roberta Flack is in her wheelchair, only a few feet away. So Jim's move is to be like, okay, here's what I'm going to do. He kind of says, hey, Dave, that's Roberta Flack over there.
No, but it wasn't for that reason. I was just talking to him about something, and we were talking about something, and I'm like, yeah, I just want to try to get I want to get a photo with Roberta Flack. And he goes, she here?
Right.
And then he goes, oh, there. But
do you think he remembered her song as soon as you said it?
Yeah, because they named a special "Killing Them Softly," so I imagine
that would probably
it rang true to him and big to him. Yeah.
So Dave started talking to Roberta Flack and taking photos, and then they got lost in conversation.
Yeah.
So as the entire backstage area is clearing out, everybody that's involved in the show is leaving, Jim and I are just standing there as we hold the camera, waiting because Jim is like, no, it's happening. Because now it's in.
However,
Yeah.
Jim, in Jim's defense,
Yeah.
I would have walked away from that situation at one point. Jim's a good guy.
Yeah.
And Jim does think of his friends.
Yes.
And Jim did know what Sam Roberts would really want in that situation.
Right. And Jim said, all right, we'll get you want a photo with Dave Chappelle? Because we'll do one with Roberta Flack, and then I'll get you one with Dave. And I was like, yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah,
we'll do that.
I figured you would. I figured you would want one. And also, Roberta. Roberta. One of Roberta's pictures. People said, "Could you take a photo of us?" And they had their dumb cell phone cameras. I'm like, I got a camera. And she's like, "Oh, that's okay. We have ours." And then theirs didn't work, or it just came out too dark because people don't use the flash.
Right.
She's like, "Who has that camera?" And I'm like, "I do."
Right.
So I took the
Eagle Scout Jimmy saves the day again. Always be prepared. That's the motto.
ABP. That's
right.
the motto of this show. Like anything can happen. This is the name of the show. ABP is the motto.
Right. Always.
ATC. No wait. Anything can. God damn it. ACH. Atch. Anything can happen.
Atch boo.
Atch boo. Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah. Always be prepared because anything can happen. Mornings on Sirius XM.
So they chatted for a while. I took a couple of photos that they had asked me to take, and I got one of Dave and her. And
it was fine, by the way.
But they're from the DC together. So they chatted for a while.
But my favorite thing was Jim, and I was listening to the conversation. Jim kind of kneels down.
Well, he introduced me to her, which was nice because Dave didn't know her either.
Right.
But I think they had mutual friends. So he actually gave me, because she wanted to, I don't know if she wanted to go, but he introduced her very nicely.
They were talking about doing something Kanye West, and I'm sure Kanye and Roberta Flack's paths have crossed at some point. Sure. I mean, he's done so much with soul music and stuff like that. So Jim kneels a conversation with Roberta Flack, and I don't know why you took me to an event like this because there's probably no worse pairing.
By the way, let me just tell everybody why. There's a phrase in the English language called last minute availability.
That's true. The afternoon of. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's called what happens when 9 things with a cunt turn you down.
I'm number 10 because it's the closest.
Yeah, you were the first thing with a cock and balls I asked. But yeah, no, I figured it would be fun to talk about today.
Right, but
you want to go.
We're terrible at those Hollywood. Anytime anybody even remotely sort of celebrity-like is there, neither one of us is very good.
Well, if I don't know them, yeah.
Right.
I mean, and her I didn't know. But it wasn't as bad when Dave introduced me to her. I know he didn't really know her well. But when he gave me a nice introduction to her, I was like, and she was very pleasant.
She was very pleasant, but the thing that I found so funny was she wanted to talk to you as a fellow artist.
Right.
And she what was the question that she had for you?
Well, Dave introduced me as a comic.
Right.
He said,
right. And at that point she was like, oh, musician, comic, we're artists.
She said something about, I had to squat down and talk to her, and she said something about what do you feel so proud of, or do you feel proud of things? She was just being, again, asking me something about what do you feel proud of or good about, just what have you been doing? And I couldn't think of anything that I'm not a good liar in those moments. I didn't know what to say. I don't really feel good about much. I just feel less shame about certain things.
Jim is smiling. Roberta Flack is looking for this soulful moment of this is what we connect on, and this is why we do this. And Jim said something to the effect of, "No, I just feel slightly less degrees of shame."
Yeah, and then she looked at me and went.
She did not know how to respond.
Yeah, she was like, less shame. Okay, that's good. She was very lovely.
And then Jim just goes yeah. And he points at the camera and smiles look at the camera.
Yeah, I just like to get a photo, but I didn't know what to, I'm so bad in those moments. I'm very, very bad at the small, little social awkwardness, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, in those moments, I'm very bad.
I'm not good either. If I know somebody, I'm fine. But if I don't know anybody, I keep quiet.
Yeah, because I didn't know what to say. I didn't want to give her a schmaltzy answer. I didn't want to give a schmaltzy, I feel so good making people laugh and I know what I could have said that would have sounded right. Yeah. But I wanted to be somewhat honest. Without being a bummer.
It was great of Amy to be so warm and make me feel welcome, in her prayer circle, which, by the way, you call it prayer, but it's when artists put their hands together with everybody that's actually doing the show.
Yes, I know she does that. I've never been a part of that.
Right. And I was backing away from it when it was happening because we were in Amy's dressing room. And Jim was like, Sam's back here being shy.
No. Yeah, because Sam was next to Kenny, and then I grabbed Sam by the hand.
I was like,
Kenny was trying to smooch with my girl, and I scooched Sam over.
I have nothing to do with the show. I don't have anything to do with
she was saying that right now.
I have nothing to do with the build of this. I have no place being here. But of course, Jim makes it. So I had to enter the prayer circle. And the whole time I'm like, okay, I just be respectful of whatever Amy's pre-show rituals are. Keep myself quiet. And the whole time I'm doing it, I'm just trying to be straight-faced and quiet. Jim is holding my hand. Because I'm like, I don't like holding hands.
Those big chimp hands. How could you not? If I had hands like you, I'd only hold hands.
Like, for a guy that doesn't, I don't like touching. I don't like holding hands. I don't need it. So the whole time it's happening, Sam's like,
how long will it last?
Exactly. Because in my left hand, I'm cupping Jim Norton's hand, and in my right hand is Club Soda Kenny's big mitt.
Yeah.
I couldn't be less comfortable until Amy starts talking about how happy she is to be at Madison Square Garden with all the people that she loves, and Jim starts rubbing his fingers. Like he's like, I'm a junior in high school and he's like my first girlfriend. Like we're holding hands and the whole time he starts rubbing his fingers. Then he starts getting more comfortable and starts rubbing the inside of my...
scratching the inside of his hand. I was just trying to make him laugh in the middle of it.
And like, what are you going to... Stop, Jim! Don't do that!
Yeah, I knew it was uncomfortable because I was just giving a real good scratch on the inside of the palm.
Yeah. and just as this is all going on, Amy's going around the room and, I love you, Rachel. Thank you for being here. Mark, you're amazing. Jim, I wouldn't be here without you. Sam, you mean nothing to me.
Yeah, that was very
Kenny,
funny. Sam, you mean nothing to me. It was very funny.
I'm sitting here getting my hand rubbed and I'm like,
scratch gently.
Yeah, I didn't want to be in this prayer circle.
Here's what Sam's not. He's leaving out. Sam started going, rubbing my palm with his finger. See, he got all flacked in, as we say.
Right, that's right.
He started flacking.
I flacked it up.
Comment, Teft.
Let's go to the Teft box for comment on flacking.
He's so loud.
He certainly is. You can ask him.
You can ask him.
You can ask him.
You can ask him.
All right, now I have to know who wants to ask us what.
Who's asking what, Derek?
What are they asking?
Yeah, that's a terrible voice.
They want to know if Kenny's ever going to come on the show.
Sure.
Yeah,
whenever he wants.
Yeah, he's always welcome whenever he's here in the morning.
I fought to have Kenny on in the morning with us as well, like because he does security. No, I mean, I don't feel like I need security, but I like having him here.
Well, there's your answer, caller.
You're gonna ask him.
You never know, something's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's right. All we got is Adrian and me.
Exactly.
And D-Bag.
Yeah, three of you. All right, I feel safe.
You shouldn't.
So it was a very fun evening.
It was fun, and then we went to the after party. For
and I got because Jim, I'm trying not to have soda during the week, but I got to celebrate a little bit because when you're going to an arena, you're gonna have arena food. So I did.
Oh, that's right. Sam came back with a pizza and soda, and Chip just kept bothering him.
I'm trying. I'm trying to eat. First, I stopped at the Madison Square Garden booth, the worst pizza in all of New York City.
Not good. It's not real New York pizza?
No, it's not. Oh. It's not like my favorite New York spot, Sbarro's.
Yeah.
I get this terrible pizza.
Well, they have the whole New York attitude when you walk up to the front.
Hey, how we doing?
What's your pleasure, young fella?
How is that a New York attitude?
It is. That's New York.
No,
That's what they say when you walk in for pizza.
So I get there and I get the thing and I go back to the seat and everything. And the whole time, Chip is within 1 inch of not of me, of the slice that I'm eating. He's following as the slice comes out of the box towards my mouth. He's following that. And the minute I take a bite, it's, what's that, pizza?
Yeah, Chip's mouth. What's that, pizza? Chip's mouth is moving.
Yeah, it's moving,
like
and he's using his tongue, and there's just chip germs everywhere.
I was so happy.
So bad.
Yeah, seemed distracting.
It was totally distracting. I'm trying to watch Mark Norman, and I'm trying to eat this food because I haven't eaten yet, and Chip the whole time, what's that, pizza?
Yeah, what's that? Really annoying.
It's really bad. You want to call the show this morning? It's 866-969-1969. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and Snapchat at Jim and Sam Show. We're snapping as we speak. So if you follow at Jim and Sam Show on all those forms of social media, you'll be able to get us.
I got a head shaking from the Tef box.
What was the head shake
My
for?
snapping joke.
It was not in the up and down motion. It was in the side to side motion.
Right. It was not a nod.
No.
No.
So I mean, it was like a no.
It was a nod of disapproval.
Because I said we're snapping as we go, and he started actually.
It's called Foley work, boys.
That's no,
Foley work.
It's not. It's just snapping. It's not Foley because it's actually snapping.
This has been the best of Jim Norton and Sam Roberts. Hear the show live Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern. Or listen anytime on your phone with the SiriusXM app.